It's your brother Zoe Williams. I'm in the building. Y'all know what it is. It's wipe down time. Wipe it down. Wipe it down. Oh, wipe it down. A whole day of spittle. Not on my watch.
Go to emergency.lacity.gov to learn about any information on the city. This is a time for all of us to stay together. We're trying every avenue possible. That's why it's so important that you reached out, Dominique. Always want to make sure that the KBLA audience is up to speed.
Mayor Terry Glass, thank you so much. Godspeed.
All right, thank you.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your plaque.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, second teacher. Just let me ask Ron exactly what's going on because it takes two to tango, and I need to hit his side of the story. So she's driving me insane, cause kids heavy on the brain. She keeps playing silly games, and I'm about to be pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the I don't know. I was once in a relationship with a woman. She was 25 years old at the time, and she told me I was the first man who had ever told her no. Can you imagine what that would do to a person? Being an incredibly beautiful woman is kind of the equivalent of being some billionaire's scion. You just grow up with this extremely distorted view of life and other people. Do you think folks like this typically have the emotional intelligence, let alone the distress tolerance, to enter into a normal give-and-take relationship? I mean, temper tantrums are not a good look at any age. They are really ugly at 25 or 35. Here's another reason. It's often the case that when women blossom earlier in life, they can receive a kind of attention and priority that disincentivizes them from developing other aspects of themselves. Their personality, their interests, their skills, their career, the kinds of things that make them good and interesting and lovable, and the kinds of things that make it easier to have a relationship with them. And let me tell you, the older I get, the more effortlessness in a relationship matters to me.
What in the feast of Sam Hain is going on tonight? Tonight's topic: the beauty trap, the beauty privilege trap. What? An intriguing look at the potential pitfalls of being beautiful in the dating game. In today's society, beauty privilege holds a significant influence over our perception and interactions, particularly in the realm of intimate relationships. Tonight's topic, we attempt to delve into the multifaceted, complex, strange, I guess, obscure world of beauty privilege and its ability to form genuine connections between or based on shared values and interest. The beauty privilege, my goodness. It explores how beauty privilege can lead to a lack of trust, insecurity, superficial focus, difficulty in establishing healthy relationships, competition, pressure to conform, fear of rejection, lack of acceptance, and a reliance on superficial qualities. Additionally, tonight's show will examine how beauty privilege affects the perception of one's own worthiness of love and affection. The ability to form meaningful connections beyond physical attraction, fear of vulnerability and intimacy, and the sense of objectification and commodification in relationships. Oh no, this is about to be ugly. That's what we're trying to do tonight. Are insecure men? Look, can we be honest? Just because I want to be honest tonight, and I want to talk to real people tonight. Are insecure men the reason? Are they the main reason why there's a beauty trap privilege? Insecure men, they'll pay for it. They'll perform for it because she's beautiful. Don't you have to be more than just beautiful? Oh, God. Tonight's topic is going to be a heater. Get to your phone lines. I want to have a national discussion about this. The beauty privilege trap, an intriguing look at the potential pitfalls of being beautiful in the dating game. Do you have to really know anything if you're beautiful? For a lot of men, you don't. Just be on my arm. Just be here. You being beautiful validates me as a human. For a lot of men. Ugh, this is about to be ugly. Is there such a thing as the beauty privilege? Is there? I don't know. Is pretty privilege mostly supported by insecure men? I guess. Would OnlyFans still be in business? That's mean. I shouldn't have said that. Would OnlyFans... okay, I'm sorry. Does being extremely attractive alone automatically make you a great catch? Woo! What is the beauty privilege effect? What else does a woman or a man have to bring to the table other than attractiveness? Do you guys have any answers for this? I want to know. I don't have the answers. You have them. True or false? While we live in a world that might like to claim beauty is only skin deep, the clear reality is physical attractiveness is a social commodity with personal and professional value attached to it. Pretty people get better jobs. Did you know that? Ugly people, you better be qualified out the tail. You hear me? You ugly. You better have 37 degrees. You better, listen, you better know Kung Fu and Jeet Kune Do. You better know it all. You better be able to perform security, everything. But if you cute, you got the job. That's it. I'm not saying all attractive people aren't skilled. I'm just saying being attractive helps you get further in life. Being ugly, you get side-eyed. Even if you're, I'm just saying, even if you're qualified, they'd be like, look at just ugly. Just over there ugly. Oh, Lord. I want to talk to y'all tonight. Get to your phone lines, 1-800-920-1580. It's a real situation. How does beauty privilege impact self-esteem and self-worth? I want to know. Can beauty privilege lead to a lack of genuine connection and emotional intimacy in relationships? And let's just be real. Brothers, let's just be real. Samson and Delilah, let's just be real. Brothers, are you softer or weaker in the presence of a beautiful woman? Does she have more power over you? Do you lack self-control and self-discipline because she's beautiful? And ladies, have you played men to the left and brought them back because you knew you could, because you knew they couldn't resist your beauty? Ooh-wee. Let's just be honest. Can we be honest and shame the devil tonight? Huh? Ladies, you know the power of flirting to convert. Flirt to convert, but you can't flirt if you're ugly. I'm sorry. I'm telling the truth. When you're beautiful, you can flirt to convert. You can bat an eye. You can wink and you can move forward. Is this not true? I need somebody to call in and talk to me tonight. Apparently, Andy got something to say. Andy, what is on your mind, brother?
It just got me thinking about a line from Common on the song I Used to Love Her, where he says, I get geek when she comes around.
Ooh.
And I was like, yo, that's like the perfect description. I get geek every time you come around. I don't know how to act.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's heavy. Heavy for the hip-hop heads out there. Andy is on one tonight. Can beauty privilege lead to a fear of vulnerability and intimacy in relationships? Does beauty privilege contribute to a sense of objectification and commodification in relationships? Right? You are a trophy. And I worked hard in this world. I climbed this ladder and I purchased you. Ooh. Now you stand over there and you look pretty. Objectification and commodification. Yee. Or the flip of that. I am too pretty to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Hey. Does beauty privilege contribute to a lack of empathy and understanding for others in relationships? Because you're pretty, does that make you less contented in a relationship? Because you have so many options. Options are just going to keep flowing because you're pretty, because you're attractive. I want to know your thoughts tonight. Listen, When I come forward, I am going to the phone lines. We got a national conversation ready tonight. I want to talk to you about the beauty privilege trap. Yeah, what up, y'all? California in the building. Hey, can I get everybody to hit that like button? Let's get all those likes up. Hey, today was a very slow day on the Zoe What Show, which is rare, but it was a slow day on the Zoe What Show. Man, whatever y'all can give tonight, we'd appreciate it. I would love it if you guys would hit that super chat button, show your appreciation for the show. And again, whenever you guys purchase books, that money comes straight to your brother Zoe Williams. If you haven't purchased the Shrouded Lighthouse, you can get it right now, MrZoeWhat.com. I will be shipping out. Oh, let me just say thank you to Ghetto Gourmet, our very own Heru Ali. He bought 4 copies today. So I'm very appreciative of him. Listen, support your brother. Please support your brother, okay? All right? Support your brother the best way you know how. Super chats, twos and fews, the book, likes, shares. We're 16 minutes in. Support the channel. Support the channel. Show your love. Don't just sit back. All my lurkers and lovers, say, at least just pop in and say hello. What's up? What's happening? How you doing? I know a lot of you guys are at work. I know a lot of you guys are busy working. Hey, man, I understand. Attila said, oh, no, oh, Lord, not. Hey, what up? Kiona. Did I say it right? Come on, man. Man, John Gilbreth has been on fire for a long time, man. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Salute, John. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for getting us off to a great start.
impact your success in school, work, or how the world treats you? Do people perceive advantages in life simply because society deems them beautiful? This is what's called pretty privilege. To find out what psychology says about pretty privilege, keep watching. Treated differently. Social psychologists Michael Hogg and Graham Vaughan say that attractive people receive different treatment and face different assumptions. Those who meet a certain standard of beauty are often the recipients of better social treatment and advantages in life, meaning those who don't meet these standards of beauty receive social disadvantages. Before we talk about what these advantages are, let's first explore what is considered beautiful according to psychology. Beauty standard. What is beautiful? Does it lie in the eye of the beholder? Is it decided by trends and media? Or is there a measurable way to define what is pretty? According to anthropologist Clement Ford and psychologist Frank Beach, cultures have their own beauty ideals, meaning not all cultures view beauty the same way. Naturalist and biologist Charles Darwin was struck by these differences, finding that different cultures have certain preferences for skin color, body hair, size, and beauty practices. However, there are certain features that are viewed as attractive cross-culturally. According to psychology, facial symmetry and an average-looking face is considered most attractive. Evolution. When someone attractive catches your eye, you probably are thinking they're beautiful because they look average and symmetrical. So what do these psychological findings mean, and where do they come from? Psychological studies show that people view average-looking faces as the most attractive when they compare individual faces to computer-generated faces, representing the median or average features of a certain population. These computerized faces end up being highly symmetrical. Forensic neuropsychologist Julie Ho explains that symmetry generally has a correlation to biological strength and healthy genes. From an evolutionary perspective, reproduction is critical to ensure that an organism's genes don't die, which means preferences may be adaptations for mate choice because attractive traits signal important aspects of mate quality, explains psychology professor Gillian Rhodes. The idea that beauty comes from an evolutionary reproductive need suggests that we are instinctively wired to view certain people as pretty. Privilege. The advantages of being pretty start early. Children with pretty privilege get higher grades, more popularity, and are observed as being better adjusted than their peers. According to social psychologist Michael Hogg and Graham Vaughan, in adulthood, beautiful adults have more dates, more career success, and are more liked by their peers. Another piece of the puzzle when looking at the advantages of being pretty is what psychologists call the halo effect, which is if you view someone as having one good trait, you can then associate many other good traits with the original. So if you
What in the world? So pretty people get to get away with everything. And we didn't even tap into the racial piece of it. Lord, Lord, Lord. Pretty privilege. Oh, man, this is a heavy topic tonight. We got callers all over the country. Well, right now, all of our callers are from the great state of California.
Get ready, get ready, get ready, get
And
ready.
boy, California is in the building. Let's get this California movement popping. Who's been on the longest? Sean, Oakland, California. Get in here.
Hey, brother. Well, it's a great topic because there's nothing wrong with being born in your whatever situation physically that you present, right? And people might think you're beautifully, with your own physical situation, but physical stuff is going to give you a foot in the door. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, men, and I'm a man, and I love seeing beautiful women. I love seeing beautiful, older women. I don't want to say any kind of ridiculous stuff.
You're getting close, but go ahead. I'm with you. I'm with you.
No,
Come on.
but I mean, hey, I have a 14-year-old a girl and all that, so I have to be so respectful. But what I'm saying is, yes, they have physical beauty, right? 20, 30-year-olds and all of that. but that fades, or it will fade.
Mm-hmm.
It will still look beautiful if you understand their mind. So if you're beautiful, it's not your fault. It's not a negative. I don't want it to sound like a negative if you're a beautiful looking person. And that's subjective, right? Because I know lots of people that love their mate that I might not seem they're beautiful, but they are beautiful to the person they're with.
Right.
And they could have an amazing longevity in their relationships and raise beautiful kids.
Right.
And do beautiful things for the community.
Right.
Right?
No, I agree with
So,
that. Yeah, I agree with that, Sean. Sean, guess what you just did?
All right, man.
Come on.
Hey, well, I want to talk to you all night, brother. So I'm saying, look, I'm just saying, make sure that beauty isn't the number one thing you look at. But there's nothing wrong with someone thinking that you're beautiful.
Agreed.
And carry that on throughout your family. Because, you show confidence, but those are the people that can look at people that have special needs or some other kind of deficits that are very, very hard to
that's a
live
good
in our
point.
society, and they'll go in there and they'll help them.
Yeah.
And they'll help them. And that's, so anyway, I'm just saying there's no deficit with being, good looking, but that's subjective.
No,
What it is,
I agree.
what do you do? It's about that action.
Come on.
About that action. What do you do with that beautiful face? What do you do with that beautiful body? What do you do with it? Are you, when I say smart, that's subjective too. I just mean, are you curious? Are you trying to better yourself mentally?
Okay.
That's an amazing thing in society. That's what we need to do. Because I'll tell you what, throughout this planet, we all see beautiful physically.
Now, Sean, you know I'm up against the clock now. Now I got
Yes, I just wanted to tell you, brother. All right.
Hey, but I appreciate you, Sean. Thank you so much. Sean was like, man, I got to get it out. Hey, everybody's opinion and perspective here is welcome, and we want you to share it like Sean be sharing. Sean be sharing. We want you to share like Sean. Listen, when I come forward, we got LA in the house deep. I want to go with Daryl. I want to go with Jay. They up in there. We want to hear their perspective about pretty privilege. This is very interesting topic tonight. When we come forward, more from the VOR. Yeah. Hey, everybody hit that like button. All right. It's 50 people in here. Can we get 3 Shrouded Lighthouse book sales? Bacon is absolutely beautiful. That's hilarious. Can we get 3 Shrouded Lighthouse sales? Can we? Come on, y'all. 3 people who haven't already purchased. I'm talking to people who haven't purchased the book. What up, Neek, is tonight? When I tell you this book is a powerful read, I'm not playing with y'all. It's a cold-blooded read. Truemonger, man, I appreciate you, brother. Can I get 3 people who have not purchased this to go to my website? Moderators, can you put my website in the link? MrZowat.com. Can we get 3 people? Is Zoe going to get chips or what? No, no chips. 3 people. That's all I ask. 3 people. Can I get 3 people? All right. We doing good. We got people in here. Hit the like button. Share the video. Let me roll out real quick. Attila Phillips, what up? He Who Thinks, what up? Truemonger, what up? Meek is the Night, what up? Tapped In, what up? Third Eye, what up? Pretty Brown Mimi, what up? Let me see. Choose Wisely, what up? Kiana, did I say it right? I got it, Zoe. Will you autograph it? Do you already have it, Kiana? If you purchase it tonight, I will put a personal message in it for you. Kiana, did I get it right? John Gilbreth, what up? Dream Luxury, what up? Shadow the King 28, what's good? I got it right, Kiana, yes. Nazarene X, what up? Let's get it cracking. Phil Brand, what up? I'm trying to shout out everybody that I see. That's all I see. Ridiculous. Thank you for the book, Zoe. Really appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If we can get 3 copies sold tonight, we've had a great night. LOL, I got 2 copies too, Attila. Yes, and I appreciate that. Well, you know, we're coming up on the holiday season. Might as well get some for folks who need it. Y'all should talk about that. Y'all should call in and talk about it. Y'all should talk about how attractive men use their looks. Y'all should talk about it. Monique, sometimes the beauty privilege can work against you. Your cognitive ability can be ignored. Also, jealousy and mistrust. Monique, you should definitely call in. This is what it's for. Thank you, Monique. We appreciate you. Thank you. But I want to hear from you guys. Talk to me. If I'm telling you to call in and share your opinion, how am I focused on just pretty women? Okay. All righty. All right. Live in 20.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Will Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my mama over something trivial told. We really had confrontation, and I said it was bold. I think she get it from my mama. The beating is passed down the road. Different times when I'm running out of trauma. She too defensive to listen to my pulse. I got problems. You have the type of place that I need. I couldn't get the wrong emergency. They know holding up the time that I need. It's been working on being so lonely. It's the time zones if it's only the music. So I figured I'd call it early. Turn around, down mercy. I got it to me. That's the show. So just lay it back in my hands. Everybody tuning in the soul.
You're considering two people for a job, one pretty, one ugly. In achievements, they're equal. Who do you hire? The pretty one? No, the ugly one. They accomplish just as much while having a bias against them. Always factor in other people's prejudices.
I think what's interesting about this one is we hear so much about white privilege, we hear so much about male privilege, but we don't hear about the privileges which actually and experimentally have a much greater influence on life outcomes. And those are pretty privilege. They are more likely to be hired in job interviews, they're more likely to get higher earnings, they're more likely to have the door held open for them. This is particularly true of attractive women because men tend to judge people by their appearances more than women do. So, I mean, attractive women are some of the most privileged people in the world, but unattractive women are some of the most unprivileged people in the world. Or for a man, like the depth of their voice, leaders are more likely to be elected if they have deep voices or if they're taller. But we never hear about attractiveness and how much of a privilege that is.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I know a lot of people wasn't ready to hear that. I know a lot of people wasn't ready to hear that. Andy clearly wasn't ready. Andy, what's on your mind, Andy?
Now, this just brings back to college and some of the conversations that I would have with some of my male friends. And I remember one male friend would always say that, like, if he was a business owner and he was, in charge of hiring people, he'd be quick to hire a pretty woman than a guy. You know what I mean? Number one, because he already feels like there would be some sort of competition, you know what I'm saying, if there was another male. And, it's just a good thing to look at while you're at work.
Wow. Wow.
But I understood.
Yo, I want you guys to get involved. I want you to get involved. Tonight's topic, the pretty or the beauty privilege trap. An intriguing look at the potential pitfalls of being beautiful in the dating game. Beauty privilege refers to the advantages and benefits that individuals receive solely based on their physical attractiveness. While some may argue that beauty privilege is not real, it is undeniable that physical attractiveness holds social and professional value in our society. Tonight's topic, we're going to try to explore the impact of beauty privilege on self-esteem, expectations in relationships, power dynamics, emotional intimacy, and the overall dating culture. Impact on self-esteem and self-worth. Beauty privilege can have a significant impact on an individual's self-esteem and self-worth. How? Well, those who possess beauty privilege may develop a reliance on external validation, leading to a distorted sense of self-image and identity. The constant pressure to maintain physical attractiveness can create a fear of aging and loss of attractiveness, which can further erode their self-esteem. Here we go. Unrealistic expectations in relationships. Beauty privileges may create unrealistic expectations in relationships. How so, Zoe? When someone is considered extremely attractive, they may be perceived as a great catch solely based on their looks. However, this can overshadow other important qualities such as compatibility, emotional intelligence, and shared values, spiritual awareness, self-awareness, the ability to, express mutual respect, conflict management skills, effective listening skills, communication skills. Just because they're pretty don't mean all of that come with it. Consequently, relationships based solely on physical attraction may lack depth and longevity. Impact on power dynamics and emotional intimacy. Beauty privilege can affect the power dynamics of a relationship and control in relationships. The person with beauty privilege may hold an advantage, leading to an imbalance of power. This can hinder genuine connection and emotional intimacy, as the focus may be more on external appearances rather than emotional compatibility and vulnerability. Oh, tonight's topic. Let's get these callers in here. Who's been on the longest? Daryl from Los Angeles. Get in here.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hey, love this topic, man.
Talk to me, brother.
I live there. This is where I live. I'm tall, at least 5'10", beautiful sisters. She's got to be a sister because I relate to her most. But we got to put it in context.
Talk to me.
Physical beauty is a misnomer. Okay, if she fine, she fine. Ain't no washing of that. Ain't no misconceptions about that. But the internal beauty, that's what you want, both of them together. Like if I step to a beautiful woman, and whom I perceive as beautiful, I'm shooting my shot.
Right.
And as it progresses from there, then so be it. But if I take that same woman out on a date, because I love nice restaurants, even a cheesecake. I do a cheesecake. I don't know what they're talking about, but I think it's a nice restaurant, and she's rude to the waiter.
Break out the phone call.
Or the server, that's gonna turn me off, man. I don't care how fine you are. You know, you have to have a certain humbleness about you. I mean, yeah, you fine, and I got that, and I that's what attracted me to you. But it comes with stipulations. You can't be just all wild and out, and
disrespectful. You can't be disrespectful.
Yeah, basically, sum it all up. Disrespectful.
Right.
To me, or the server, unless the server is, if the server's out of pocket, then I'll deal with that. But you don't have to, kick up any dust. But they're on the same subject matter, beauty can also be a curse. Because like you were just getting into, though, about women that, that's all they got is their beauty, and they rely on that. But then they get a scratch or a bump on their face. And then they go into, they're kind of thrown into something because.
But wait, Daryl, let me it ain't just women. You got men out there that are, listen, you got men out there getting their eyebrows done. Okay? Let's just be honest, bro. You got men out there who don't want their beards to be gray. You got men out there older than me. I just said, let my beard go gray. No. You got men out there doing it, man. Come on now.
Yeah, look at Michael Jackson, man. Look at Michael Jackson. I mean, dude just had so many surgeries. When he was a brother, though, he was cool. But that's what I was talking about, the beauty being a curse, either male or female. But I'm focusing on female because,
because you a man. I get it, but I'm just saying there are men out there who weaponize their attractiveness too.
It's true.
Come on now.
Because, I'm not a bad looking guy, but I ain't doing my eyes and my eyebrows, nothing like that. And I ain't colored my beard, but I have in the past. I have colored my beard when I was about 50. But I just wanted to speak to that. And also say this, Joe. You and Andy, man. I just want to hang out with you two brothers at a club or a bar. I can't do the cigarette. I can't do the smoking I don't like to smoke with the cigars and everything. But Memphis doesn't smash. We gotta go to it's all me, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, Daryl.
You guys just hear y'all talk about people.
Daryl, guess what you just did?
I think I just brought LA up into the
LA up in the building. When we come forward, we gonna talk to Jay from LA as well. We got Attila from Houston, Texas, and the phone keep ringing. We got a lot to talk about on this topic. It ain't just women, pretty brown Mimi. Don't crucify me, Unc. I won't. Listen, I need 3 of these copies to move. It's 50 people in here. If all 51 of you guys have read this book, I'll shut the hell up. If all 51 of you guys has purchased this book, I'll shut the hell up. I won't say another word. But if there are some of you who have not purchased this book, come on, man. I need 3 of those. Hook your brother up.
Your eyesight may have changed, but your goals, they don't have to. We can help. Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for living. And yet, it's everywhere we look. And unfortunately, it does belong to all of us.
Hook your brother up.
Let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California, once and for all.
Look at all these people in here tonight. I need y'all to support your brother's channel. Best way to do that, go to my website, MrZowhat.com. Also, listen, we're just $20 away from our goal. Our goal is $100 a show. We're $18 away. We have $82.33. In the first hour, we can hit our goal and not have to worry about it. We're only 18 bucks away. So all you gotta do is hit that super chat, the little dollar sign down at the bottom of the chat room. $3, $2 or $3. If everybody does it, or everybody who hasn't done it yet, if you guys do it, you guys can support the channel. Your brother Ty.
They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities.
John Gilbert said, I know you got stories, Zoe. Don't you have something to say on the male side of maybe. Zoe, have you ever used your pretty boy privilege? Talk. Listen, Mimi, I want you to call in and ask me that question directly. I'll answer it. I will answer that question if you call it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. That's John B, right? And that was the phase when John B, was signed to Babyface, and he was sounding like Babyface. No disrespect, John B. Pasadena. So I got to give Pasadena love, okay? That's John B. The name of the record is Pretty Girl, but I want to play it a little later. I want to hit my people upside the head with So Fine by Mint Condition. Can I get So Fine by Mint Condition? Come on, turn it up. Have you ever seen a woman this fine? Come on, man. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, my playlist is my co-host. That's Mint Condition So Fine. What an amazing record. Boy, I tell you, tonight's topic, pretty privilege. Whew. How much do some men allow some women to get away with it? Because they got pretty privilege. And vice versa. I know handsome men get away with a lot of goofiness that quote unquote unattractive men get called out for. Why is that the case, ladies? Andy clearly got something else to say. Talk to me, Andy. Yes. Oh. Oh, whoa. Here we go. I'm troubled today. No, but let me just. Man, my girl basically clowned me recently. It was like, oh, your eyes don't mean nothing. I ain't never. Your eye don't matter. The color of your eye don't mean nothing. Nah, but yeah. I will say this. No, I won't say it. Let me get my callers in here. So somebody got to ask me. One of my callers asked me this. Who been on the longest? Jay, Los Angeles, get in here, bro.
Brother, what's going on, man?
Yes, sir. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. I want to start off first by saying, man, I appreciate you dropping that knowledge on me a couple of shows ago, man. It really hit home, and I appreciate you taking that time out.
Righteous, brother, righteous. I appreciate it.
With that being said, man, I'll take it a step further as far as the topic is concerned. You have the invention of social media now has a lot of these new age soy milk brothers out here just running around, and they didn't have to come up and get it the way we had to get it. They didn't have to learn to maneuver these streets, and they didn't have to learn how to approach them and, speak to them face to face and be charismatic, and you didn't have to, learn how to use your mouthpiece and have your appearance together. Now all you have to do is pick up your phone or your tablet, and now you have women at the click of a finger. So now there's no social skills. You got a bunch of game goofiness that's going on out here now. So they're just clicking and liking on anything and leaving thirsty comments under any picture. So much so now to where not only the pretty women, but the women who would be considered average are now walking around with a sense of entitlement, an overinflated ego, like I deserve privilege. Like, for example, you were touching on the, what's been, she's been, known on Negro Net now as the Cheesecake Factory lady. And I looked at that sister, and don't get me wrong, I mean, she had a cute face, well endowed, but if we're going to be honest, she was about a heavy 6 at best. If we're going to be honest.
Wow.
So,
okay,
I haven't been on her page. I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
No, I'm listening, brother. Go ahead. Just speak your truth, brother.
I haven't been on her page, so I don't know what she posts, but I would be willing, if I was a betting man, I'd be willing to bet there's a lot of thirst trap photos, and, she probably gets, a lot of, this, that, and the third, a lot of what I call Gatorade comments, because the thirst is real. But now you have this, and it had me baffled because one of the lines that she said was, you don't take someone that looks like this to the Cheesecake Factory. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, so the game has gotten that messed up now to where you can't take a woman to the Cheesecake Factory. That's one. Two, you said someone that looks like this, but if you follow the story, you would know it took that woman an hour to get herself together. that means you're portraying yourself as, oh, I'm so beautiful, and how dare you belittle me by taking me to the Cheesecake Factory. But you took yourself an hour. It took you an hour to put that package together. Now, I'm not trying to denigrate the sister, but at the same time, you have an environment that has been created to where women who are actually pretty, in my travels, like the ones that I'm running into now that are pretty, they're the ones that have a more humbled mentality because you have brothers who are aiming for low-hanging fruit. You know, dare I say. You know, so now the line between pretty privilege, who's pretty, who deserves to be treated a certain way, and who just, you know, deserves to have an inflated ego, now the lines have been blurred to where now you have a lot of sisters, man. Like I was at a grocery store and was, you know, going to get some damn mayonnaise. And the woman, you know, walked past and I spoke to her and I said, hello. You know, and just me saying hello, she turned around and looked, but her energy was so vile and just so kind
Wait.
to where it's like
No, wait. I need you to hang on. I got to carry you over because you cooking right now, and I feel like you got even more to say. So you just stay right there, Jay. Man, oh man, Shevitz. He said a couple of things I have to address real quick. Number one, well, the first thing I have to address is me. When I was at my most attractive, I was at my ugliest. I have to inside. That's going to be the second hour. It don't matter what you look like on the outside. When I was at my youngest, because people be saying, oh, I bet you when you was young, you was something. I was, but I was at my ugliest, right? And then the other thing he said, I'm not trying to denigrate the system. Side note, did you know the word denigrate has the word Negro in it? The root word of denigrate has the word Negro in it. It means to darken. I'm not trying to darken the system. I know he didn't mean it that way. But I'm saying, you know, there's a very powerful book out there written by a friend of mine by the name of Furpo Carr. And he talks about the racist origin of words. So when we say, I'm not trying to denigrate somebody, and I'm not saying this brother said that or meant that, I just thought that was interesting when he said, I'm not trying to denigrate the system. I'm not trying to darken the system. We're going to get into the darkness of your ugliness in hour number 2. And my brother Jay from Los Angeles is going to keep cooking with that rarefied grease. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? What up, what up, what up, what up? Hey, man, we got a lot of people in here tonight. I would love for you guys to support the channel. What up, Diggy 1D? I would love for you guys to support the channel. We didn't reach our goal within the first hour. We're still $18 behind. Can we get that $18? Can you guys support the super chat? Or can you go to my channel or my website and purchase a copy of my book? Please support. The Book of Ronan. That's his opinion based on what he saw. Uh-oh, we got a whole nother conversation going. Here we go. I'm with it. Gilbreth. Come on, y'all. John Gilbreth gave $70 of the $103. Thank you, John. Ooh. Oh. Damn. Here we go.
Are your bedroom turnoffs, fantasies, and fetishes, financial infidelity, I'm dating a bad person, are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy. How about the heavy snack? The child wasn't here, and you still had to pay child support. It's a very heated topic. Oh, is that right? Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. I just have so many questions I want to ask you. How do you like the kisses? There's gonna be a war up there. Damn. I'm pregnant. Trail has been committed to the bad life routine. How does he maintain his composite? I still want to pinch my lip. Why can't you open up, brother? I'm a Combative man on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses. Yeah. How do you make women so well? So William, reason and accountability. The voice of reason.
Everybody on this app wants to talk about how people are consistently benefiting from pretty privilege, but nobody wants to talk about how pretty privilege can actually affect your life in a negative way. I first want to say this video is not saying to feel bad for people that are conventionally attractive. I just want to let people be aware that pretty privilege affects people's lives in different ways. And it's not always positive, so yeah. For one, girls that benefit from pretty privilege, sometimes guys don't even take you seriously. If you are one of those girls and that does happen to you, you just kind of have to deal with it. You just kind of have to realize, like, okay, this guy's really into me, but, like, he might have a girlfriend, he might just, like, want to hook up with me. I don't know. You never know. The other thing is girls seeing you as competition. Sometimes a girl will front as your friend, but literally she has the worst intentions for you, and she secretly wants to see you fail. And I talked about this before, but feeling lonely and just being excluded from things. So yeah, pretty privilege is a privilege, but just keep in mind that not all pretty girls have it all together or have the perfect life because they're pretty.
Well, I guess she told y'all. Tonight's topic, pretty privilege, right? The beauty trap, the beauty privilege trap. Just because somebody is attractive does not mean that they're a good catch. And there are many pitfalls in intimate relationships that are buttressed around this idea. Just because, let me tell you something. You hear me talk about Krishnamurti a lot. We live in a toxic society, blah, 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 blah. Listen, when you're, and it's not only toxic and dysfunctional, right? But then there's this spiritual and moral bankruptcy, right? So now the pretty person in society with no moral compass, no spiritual awareness, no knowledge of self, just the ambition to be seen, right, in the mirror of this toxic society, makes pretty people almost demonic. Hear what I'm saying? I'm not talking about all pretty people. I'm not talking about all people. But when you lose the ability to see the inherent beauty in life, which many of us have, we see beauty. Listen, we've turned opportunity into beauty. We've turned ambition into beauty. We've turned accomplishment into beauty. Listen to what I'm saying, right? The aesthetic is more important than what's kinetic, what's internal, what moves us in an authentic, real way. And I'm bringing that out today. If you got somebody who is just aesthetically beautiful, what do you really have? What can they bring to the table that enhances your spirit? The Bible says, when a man findeth a wife, What does he find, Andy?
A good thing.
A good thing. That means if a man is a quality man, and a man is putting in work on himself, and a man is trying to beautify himself internally, a good woman will come along, a beautiful woman will come along and enhance what's already going on. See, you can be beautiful externally and come in and ruin that man's life. And vice versa. Right? Listen, and vice versa. You could be a good woman minding your business, and you could get caught up in the snare of an attractive man, right? He might not have nothing going on, and he'll serve as an anchor to drag you down. And you gave him a chance because he was beautiful. Huh? Because he was attractive, right? Am I lying? How many of y'all have had difficulty establishing healthy boundaries because I can't resist you? You so handsome, you so attractive, you so sweet, you so beautiful. How many of y'all? All right, you can have it. Okay. You put yourself in destitution because they beautiful. Don't act like you haven't done it. Let me get my brother Jay in here. Jay, come in here, man, and finish your thought, brother.
Hey, brother, you dropped several jewels, man. The word denigrate, I never really looked at it in that fashion, brother. Like, I never stopped to look at the root word and say, well, that could it, be potentially something that could be viewed in a negative fashion. I never really thought of it that way, brother. You just kind of rocked my head.
Oh, no, man, I'm with you, brother. We brothers. I'm just sharing, that's all.
And I appreciate that because one of the models I try to live by is you're never too old to learn.
Yes.
Keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, and sometimes your mouth closed, and someone who may know a little bit more than you will be able to educate you on something. So I appreciate you dropping that, brother. That was heavy.
Oh, man, it's all love, brother. It's all love. So what's your final thought on tonight's topic?
You know what? The game is, like I said, it's been mixed up and it's kind of been turned upside down. And I try to keep a spirit of humility when dealing with people.
Uh-huh.
So you do have people who are beautiful, who would be, considered somewhere in the middle. Everyone's kind of walking around with like a mixed up state of mind. So I believe personally that it's all about how you internalize yourself, how you view yourself,
right,
and what you present and what you bring to the table that will determine your ultimate beauty. Because if you're beautiful and, unless you, trying to, have your woman out doing something she ain't supposed to be doing, strange, but your beauty will not pay the rent. It won't pay the bills.
Come on.
Unless you're in Milan somewhere.
Right.
So you have to bring substance. You have to bring something tangible that will help further the relationship. And so that's really, to be honest, brother, that's what's the commodity now. What is it that you bring to the table?
Right.
What piece can you provide? Because when you're done with your body, you're not going to be beautiful till you're about 60, 65 unless you lean a horn or something. Or, you have some sisters that, go on into their later years, and are still, beautiful sisters. I saw a 75-year-old sister that looked like she was every bit of 40.
Right,
so,
right.
That's, not the standard, but you have to bring something mentally and emotionally.
And spiritually.
That will help.
Yeah.
There you go, brother.
Yeah.
You go. That
so
raise the value.
You drilling down on some things. Understanding makes you more beautiful. Empathy makes you more beautiful. Compassion makes you more beautiful. What's the other word? I'm looking for this word. Collaborative. A collaborative spirit makes you more beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? When you can, if you start adding these spiritual qualities, which I call currencies, to your physical attractiveness, now we start having a different kind of experience. And I'm not saying the woman is the only person that's supposed to bring that to the relationship. I think If you cultivate it within yourself, right? If you cultivate that within yourself, you'll be able to manifest that in your life. Because many times what we do is we go looking for what is missing or what we haven't cultivated in ourselves. I'm telling you right now, if you cultivate understanding, if you cultivate forgiveness, if you cultivate self-esteem, self-love, self-approval, self-acceptance, you cultivate mutual respect, you cultivate compromise, you start cultivating higher level stuff, you're going to start experiencing higher level stuff in your relationships. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's extremely heavy, brother, and it's very prevalent because like I said, I try to carry myself with a spirit of humility, and I look for just someone to match that energy. Like don't get me wrong, brother. Like I said, the outer shell only lasts so long. It's what's inside that sometimes adds to your value. So, and I can only speak for myself, but I'm sure a lot of brothers will say the same. Peace is one of the most ultimate goals and one of the most attractive qualities that you can find in a woman that brings you peace, that brings you support, that makes you feel like, you're wanted, that, you know what, I support you, I got you. Like, you will run through a brick wall for a woman like that. And in today's society, unfortunately, those type of women that carry that sort of mind state are becoming few and far in between. So now you have to kind of, in the work you're doing, brother, I consider it to be God's work, because you not only speak to men, but you speak to the sisters as well that may listen to what you're saying, like, okay, you know what, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I need to operate like this. Maybe I do need to connect with my brothers and try to come to an understanding to where now black men and black women can now coexist with each other in a healthy manner, to where now relationships will become more prevalent and become more heavier, to where now black men and black women are now moving on the same page. And when we are on the same page, we're a dynamic force.
Let me ask you this now, because you delving into some really deep waters right now. If a man can cultivate a sense of inner peace, does he not call into his presence a woman of peace? Does she not reflect his inner chaos? Because if the man is the head, if the man is the sun and she's the moon and she's reflecting the sunlight, whatever is problematic within him, does he? I'm asking. I don't know. You tell me.
You know what, brother? It's I kind of have a skewed view of the question, and only because if you remember the story that I told you about my past and whatnot, I did have, you know, what you would call, or I tried to operate on, you know what, I am the leader. You know, it wasn't no trying. I was the leader. I had a humble spirit, a calm spirit. I just connected with the wrong person. So that can you know, the water can become murky, because
but Jay,
you can come in.
Jay, I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you, brother. There is no wrong person. You never connect with the wrong person. See, it's the wrong person in our definition, because we'll say it didn't work out, or it didn't go right for me. But at the same time, we'll say every situation you go through has a lesson enveloped in it, right? There's a lesson in every difficult situation you ever go through, right? So if there's a lesson, some people say the lesson is the blessing, right? Okay, so if the lesson is the blessing and you were blessed by learning more about yourself, then you can't say that wasn't a situation you needed to go through. That was a stepping stone. You see what I'm saying? That was a stepping stone to the next level of your evolution. You had to go through it in order to get the lesson and matriculate higher. Now, see, this is why I said most people don't have a spiritual view on relationships. They'll say it was the wrong person. If the universe is fine-tuned, now, scientists know this already. The universe is fine-tuned. It is so finely tuned that they, even theoretical physicists, have to say, well, it had to have a designer. Now, they'll say designer because they don't want to say God. Because they, a lot of physicists are atheists. They don't believe in God. So it's so finely tuned that if any one of those universal constants that Einstein talked about were off just a little bit, there could be no life. That's how finely tuned the universe is. So you mean to tell me the universe is finely tuned to a gnat's butt hair, but your relationships aren't?
Ooh, well said, brother.
Do you see? Oh, I got the wrong person. No, you didn't. You got the right person at the right time for the lesson you needed in that moment.
So, brother, you said a blessing. The blessing came with the lesson.
The blessing and the lesson are synonymous.
See, me selfishly, brother, I guess, you know what, I never, even though I did learn and I did take that and grow, I guess the selfish portion of me was kind of looking at it from the perspective of, why I was, I wanted it to be this, and
you played me.
Kind of like
you played me.
Like,
I didn't get what I was supposed to get. That's your ego. See, Dr. Mark Goulston said it another way. He said the hardest thing to break up when you lose somebody is to break up with an outcome that was promised to you that you never got. So you might have been thinking, oh, we were supposed to be this. We were supposed to have kids. We were supposed to blah, blah, blah. That's the hardest part of the breakup because the people can leave instantly. I'm not calling you no more. I'll block you. Or we can stop talking tomorrow. But the hardest part to break up is what we said we was going to do that never happens. The outcome that is never achieved. Do you see? Do you see? Hey, Brother Jay. Hey, brother, I appreciate you, Jay. Much love for bringing LA in the building. When we come forward, I got to talk to my sisters. They on the line. If you want to call, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. All I know is I have no book sales tonight. And I should. After all the jewels, I should, man. I really should. I really should. I should have some book sales tonight. I really should. But okay. Fuck it. I should. Hey, Mimi, she called in. Hey, they all got the book. I hope you guys appreciate tonight's topic. Is it good? I haven't given away the 2 I bought after reading this one. My bad. And don't worry about it. Hey, Ghetto Gourmet, man, you already did your thing today, sir. You already did your thing today, sir. Heru Ali in the building. Ghetto Gourmet did his thing today. He bought 4 copies of the book. I got you. I'm shipping everything out on Wednesday. I know y'all never heard that version. Al Green, Pretty Woman. My playlist is my co-host. We're talking about basically pretty privilege. And then, men, they do it too. Somebody's going to call in and ask me about it. But you know that it is not a show unless I mention Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti puts it this way. There is the beauty of outward form. Tasteful clothes, nice pictures, attractive furniture, or no furniture at all. With bare, well-proportioned walls, windows that are perfect in shape, and so on. I'm not talking merely of that, but of what goes to make up this inward beauty. Surely, to have this inward beauty, there must be complete abandonment. The sense of not being held, of no restraint, no defense, no resistance. But abandonment becomes chaotic if there is no austerity with it. And do we know what it means to be austere? To be satisfied with little and not to think in terms of the more? There must be this abandonment with deep inward austerity. The austerity that is extraordinarily simple because the mind is not acquiring, gaining, not thinking in terms of the more. Listen to what he's saying. It is the simplicity born of abandonment with austerity that brings about the state of creative beauty. But if there is no love, you cannot be simple. What? Are y'all listening? But if there is no love, you cannot be simple. You cannot be austere. You may talk about simplicity and austerity, but without love, they are merely a form of compulsion, and therefore there's no abandonment. Only he has love who abandons himself, forgets himself completely, and thereby brings about a state of creative beauty. I want y'all to listen very carefully to what the man is saying. Your ego is made up of the material that is used to create this toxic society. You are a product of dysfunction, societal dysfunction. You can't be involved in creative beauty. In other words, the beauty that is within yourself. Because yourself is made up of, oh, I'm beautiful externally, so I deserve this type of treatment. I deserve this type of man or woman. I deserve. It's about acquiring things from others. It's using your external attractiveness as a justification for being only that. Because I'm beautiful, I deserve the best. Because I'm attractive, I deserve a quality relationship. No, you earn a quality relationship by conquering the ugliness within. That's creative beauty. That's what Krishnamurti, he's talking about abandoning the self that society made, abandoning the ego. A girl this pretty, you hear people use toxicity. A woman that pretty shouldn't have to work for nothing. What is that saying? Her beauty pays the way through life? Are y'all listening to what the man is saying about beauty? Most of us are outwardly beautiful, but inwardly ugly. Most of us are afraid of our true selves. That very fear of confronting your ugliness, your internal ugliness, that very fear emboldens your inner ugliness. And I don't care how attractive you think you are. This is where Steve Harvey come in. It don't matter how fine a woman is, there's a man somewhere that is sick and tired of her. That's what he meant. He might not have articulated it that way, but that's what he meant. And the same applies for men. You got men running around who think they are attractive, who've been told they are attractive, and they think they don't have to really show up in a relationship because the options are so heavy. Do you understand? There's so many options. Listen, I ain't got to do no work. If you don't do the self-work, you remain ugly. And I'm talking about on the inside where it counts. Can you imagine a woman exceedingly beautiful, but has done the inner work? Can you imagine what kind of beauty she's going to resonate in your house? And the same applies for men. When I come forward, I'm sorry. All ladies, all the time, they're on the phone lines. We going to talk. I'm coming to you right now. I'm coming to you right now, Atala. The mountain or the fountain? Woo! You see how Krishnamurti broke that shit down? Hey, I appreciate everybody who hit the super chat tonight. I really do. I thank you guys for that. All you got to do. You could be crippled by cuteness and hamstrung by being handsome. I just finished a huge renovation project on my property, Zoe, so I'm going to recover a little while, and I'll be back on my contributions game. Hey, no. People who listen, people who are in here all the time and people who are always sharing and donating, don't think that I expect you to do that every day or all year long or anything. I know life be lifing. Trust me, you good. None but love. You're good. Can you find love and fidelity in a lazy-eyed partner? Boy, you dumb as hell. The Book of Ronin. Love and fidelity in a lazy-eyed partner is comedy. And you know what? I appreciate people being in here tonight. Thank you guys for showing up. With a dead eye years ago, yet her attitude and mindset taught me to look deeper. Here we go. Oh! And what do you guys want to talk about tomorrow? I'll talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. If you have a topic for me, all you have to do, all you got to do is email me. We are superficial. And I want you guys to call in and bring up these points. Is that what you want to hear? Hey, what's the next song? What's the next song? Can you put in Chris Brown's Anxiety from the new album? I'm not going to do a topic about swipe size. I think it's called 1111. It's the first song on the new album. That's it. 10 toes. 10 toes. Not angel numbers, but 10 toes. I said not angel numbers, but 10 toes. Yeah. Uh, 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 uh. Yeah.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Phil Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Last clip after the drop.
So I got this two-time chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected. Neglected my effort, a with no trust. 30 games and affairs that be tearing us up. The things are picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have and I do, but I need a life to
Ladies and gentlemen, your brother Zoe Williams back in the building. It's all ladies from here on out. We've got sisters on the line that want to talk about this pretty girl privilege or this pretty privilege or this beauty privilege. Yeesh. Let's talk about it. We got sisters on the line. Attila from Houston, Texas has been on the longest. Get in here.
Hello.
What are your thoughts? Give it to me. Give it to me.
Okay, so real quick, to address your question, it's pretty privileged, mostly supported by insecure men, and then True also raised a similar question, so I'll answer both of y'all. It's supported by society at large, right? Dowries are still a thing.
Really?
So, well, think about it. I mean, like, I can only speak from a woman's perspective, but even as a little girl at the age of 2, 3, 4 years old, you know that you're going to get more kisses and hugs, and people are going to pick you up if you're dressed in a pretty little dress and bows in your hair and all of that. Like, we're groomed for this. So what you're really tackling, in my opinion, is society in general, capitalism, relations, all of that. Like, it's a much bigger question, in my opinion, I think you can ask. But in terms of pretty privilege, there's a huge dark side to that too, because you're encouraging competition within women, and we also uphold that as women as well. So, like you said, in terms of getting jobs, right? I get free stuff all the time. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, like, whatever the case may be, like it's encouraged to be that way because I believe that we benefit from it. And men benefit from it by proxy as well. If they've got the pretty woman on their arm, they're going to get higher paying jobs, better positions as well. So I don't know. I don't see the surprise here. I think it's pretty evident.
Oh, I love it. I mean, we needed your perspective. I've been waiting. I love it. I love it. You know what you just did, though, right?
I brought Houston in the building.
Come on. You brought Houston, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Cali Soul, Denver, Colorado. Get in here. Yes, long time no hear. How are you, love?
I know, right? I'm well, thank you, brother. How are you?
I'm good. What are your thoughts on pretty privilege?
Very good. Pretty privilege absolutely exists. I've had the fine privilege of being a late bloomer because of my insecurities early on, so I didn't realize I was pretty. And then once I did start to realize it, I was like, wow, why would I have been able to capitalize on this? Because I had girlfriends that could, work it. They would get all kinds of things. And then I realized that because I was a late bloomer, I took my time and I actually did my inner work. So now the inner work matches the outside. So I think when people see me, and you know, trust me, I get women hitting on me, I get women telling me I'm beautiful, I get men, I get it from all around the place. I sit and I witness people just sitting there looking at me enamored. And what I think that they're attracted to now is the full spectrum of everything. I think they really are attracted to the energy, and then they're like, oh my God, this woman is beautiful as well. So
Right. I love that.
It's a wonderful thing. I'm glad that I didn't know how cute I was earlier on, because I probably would have been a hot mess.
But why? Why would that have made you a hot mess? I want to know.
I think earlier on, I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't mature enough to really stand in it. So I would have learned from my, my nasty little girlfriends that I had around me how to garner whatever I wanted with my pretty. But
Ooh,
because,
wee.
again, late blooming, it was like I actually had the time to do the inner work and to witness, um, in a judgmental way, how ugly that was. Like, I always was like, y'all are crazy. This is ridiculous.
Wait,
And now,
now you got me thinking. What about
okay.
Lori Harvey? Very beautiful girl, but
Mm-hmm.
clearly out here testing the waters. Testing the waters of perception. Because she wouldn't be able to do none of this if she wasn't very beautiful. Right?
Right.
So, she was with Michael B. Jordan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tossed him to the side. She's with another brother. They just broke up. And the rumors and, the perception about her. At some point, do you think that pretty privilege that she has might wear off?
Absolutely, if she doesn't have nothing going on the inside. But that's another thing, like, that happens sometimes to pretty women. Sometimes when you're a beautiful woman, people also don't get to the innards of you because they so focus on the outside. They might, I've had folks tell me that I ooze sexuality, and I'm like, I'm not trying to come on to you. I'm just sitting here having a conversation, So sometimes I think everyone's experiences that they carry along with them, right, from the past, they're bringing it into the present. So they might be judging them. And I don't know much about Lori Hardy. I haven't heard much about her other than she's dating around. And I think that that's completely normal. She should be able to date around and see who she doesn't like and who she does like. But I think that the downside of it is she's doing it in front of everybody because she's somebody that everyone's eyes is on.
Right.
But that woman deserves to test the waters and see who she does like.
Break out the phone book.
Like any one of us. Like,
yes.
You was talking about bodies and all of that stuff earlier today on the morning show. And I'm like, people need to mind their business and let folks figure it out. Like my granddad, told me to know the difference between love and lust.
Yes.
Don't be no fool, and if you know that you're looking for a little bit of lust and a good time, okay, enjoy that. But don't let it skew your idea of what love is just because you over here playing with a clown. That's another thing when it comes to pretty, folks, when it comes to men or women, people want to play with pretty.
Ooh.
And yeah, you want a mate that's gorgeous and all of this stuff, but when it comes to all of the aesthetic stuff, people like to play with aesthetics.
Ooh.
But when it comes to innards, that's what you want to take home and cherish and build with, Yes, you also want that shell to still be beautiful, but when you change your perspective and you're a little more conscious, you're going to be more after the innards. And, the beauty is like the icing on the cake.
I knew you would give us something good. Cali Soul, what did you just do?
I brought Denver into the house.
Denver, Colorado is in the house when we come forward. We're going to go all the way down south. As far south as we can go, I think. Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, we're going to be there in a second. Booyah. Pretty privilege.
Sunday, November 19th at 6 p.m. Join me, Tabby Smiley, and KBLA Talk 58 for real short stories told live on stage by our own storytellers, straight from the neighborhood, celebrating our unique culture, our strengths, our courage, our faith, and of course, our fight. Come walk with us through the neighborhood, sit at our kitchen table, even run us down our dark alleys if you dare. But just know that in the sweet spot, there is love and laughter, joy and pain, secrets never told. And that's Sweet Spot Live, Annual Francis, Sunday, November 19th at the Miracle Theater, 226 South Market Street in Inglewood at 6 p.m. Tickets available at sweetspotlive.eventbrite.com. That's sweetspotlive.eventbrite.com. Sweet Spot Live, we got a lot to talk about.
This show flew. Boy.
Yes, I'm fine. When kids can't find the right words, music can help them stand it out. Talk to the kids in your life about the emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Live in a minute. KBLA Talk 58 on Egypt. LA's 99 neighborhood councils from the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. This system was created to connect LA's diverse communities system. See how neighborhood council board members are volunteers who are also unofficial connected to August by the members of their community. The neighborhood council advocates on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, literacy, awareness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. We also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR. You already know what it is. I'm not a big Chris Brown fan, but my daughter is in love with him. So, this is one of the songs that I actually like. It's on fire. I'm going to give him his credit. He killed it. But tonight's topic, man, has been heavy. And we got callers. I want to get them in here. Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida. Get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? How are you, sweetheart?
Trying to get myself together for this. Yes.
Yes.
So,
talk to me.
everyone. Well, first, this is a great topic, and I agree totally with Cali Soul. I think that the sexiest thing about a woman, or a man, but for a woman, it's definitely our mind. You know,
Yes.
Beauty fades. You have to cultivate your mind, your spirit, your personality, and your body.
Yes.
I mean, yes, pretty privilege is real, and I've often said that if I can benefit from pretty privilege, how do I want to say this?
Be careful, because you can't take it back.
I probably have. I never really considered myself to be pretty or beautiful. I never thought of myself in that way. How other people have perceived me, that's how they perceived me. I would say I didn't use pretty privilege. I would say I used my womanly privilege.
I got you. I got you. Feminine wiles.
Yes.
There you go. Yes. I got you. I got you.
Yes. And I just want to say two things.
Okay.
Today, the hard fix was tough because I feel like men can be, some not all, very, very aesthetic, very superficial, and if you're not like, super social media woman, then you're not like beautiful enough. So when he said she was a hard six, I said he better look like Denzel Washington, because that was his opinion, but that was tough.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it. Yes, I heard it. But it's a non-judgmental space, and we allow people to say what they need to say. But Mimi, you know what you just did?
Yes.
What did you do?
I brought Jacksonville, Florida in the building.
Hey, we appreciate the call. Man, one of my favorites just called in. Nick from the SIP. Nikki from the SIP. You called in late. I got to get this wisdom, though. Share it with me.
What's up, Sam?
How are you, sister? Please share your wisdom, because I know you got some wisdom for me.
Food for thought. I just have a theory. I think we all have the capacity for pretty privilege, but we don't know it.
Oh, here we go.
Society, upbringing, environment teaches us outward is the place to put the focus.
Right.
Particularly if you're a male, because you're visual by nature.
Yes.
But the real pretty, I think, that people tend to be attracted to is coming from the light that's on the inside. That comes from Christ for me, because that's who I recognize, whoever your deity is.
Yes.
But it's wrapped in the aesthetically pleasing.
Ooh.
When you do your inner work, you can have the pretty privilege at your disposal at any time, because then you know that it's really the inside deal to the outside.
Yes.
And you can command any room when you know that.
Come on, Nikki. Nikki, you got to stop calling so late. I need you early, because I need you to stretch out.
We can. We just don't know we can, because we haven't fostered where the pretty really comes from. The scripture says a quiet, peaceful spirit is pleasing to God.
Come on.
So what man or woman isn't going to be attracted to that light when they see it?
Right.
Everybody wants that.
Everybody want that.
But if it's wrapped in an aesthetically pleasing envelope,
Yes.
that can sometimes be distracting away from the light, because then the focus becomes the aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
The other part of the light doesn't come till later. So I would just like to remind all of us, whether you are aesthetically pleasing or not, that you can be in a position of operating in pretty privilege anytime you want to when you do your inner work.
Come on. There we go. Nikki, what did you just do?
Oh, it's in the building. Happy Monday.
Hey, we appreciate you, Nikki from the SIP. She brought Mississippi in the building. Love her insight, love her wisdom. As with all of the topics, we start the conversation, you finish it. We're not all-knowing, but we want to have these types of conversations. And this was a powerful one. Up next, you already know what's happening. Our girl, our friend, your friend, she's going to keep the fire lit. It's Jill Monroe and her RSVP show. You already know what it is. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. Deuces. The way you treat me. Nikki always fire, boy. Is Nikki always fire or not? Nikki be cooking. All right, young lady. Nikki be cooking, boy. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. I'll holla back tomorrow with another one.